Okay, so Maria told us to be real, so we had a really good discussion which didn't ultimately come out in what we have written here, but they say Raphael was a master painter because he was able to learn and take the best from each of the great artists of his time. So I would love to say that we would take all of your posters and put them together. But I think we were, an important part of our conversation was we had an ECYD director in our group, and like his challenge of where are these people who are supporting, how do we help them out, right? And so when he is looking for these men who are going to help him in his committee, or these women, he's looking to the RC family around him saying, hey, I'm looking for these kinds of people. And let's say those people have goodwill. And so, you know, the Legionary Brothers at his side say, we'll give you 5 guys, tell us what they need to look like. I think the challenge of the ECYD director is to be able to paint that picture, say, well, I want our guys to have what all of these amazing posters have said. And then for those legionaries, or those consecrated as the case, or those lay people, to be transmitting their lived experience of Regnum Christi and ECYD into those people, so that when they come in, they're not coming in to a merely logistical role, but they're coming in to share the fire that they've already had. I don't know if anybody else wants to comment on any of this, or we're all good?
What?
Talk about formation, the formation part.
So one of the obstacles that we spoke about is you have this ECYD director, and I can probably speak loud enough. When Father Ronald, I wish I had their thing. The ECYD directors like all do all of these, form the directive team, form the team leaders, do all these things. I said, wow, can that ECYD director bilocate? Because the reality is it's very difficult for one ECYD director to form all the team leaders and then form all a directive team. Because the reality is probably in most of the localities, I would guess, it's even like this in Atlanta, if you say to the Regnum Christi section, give me 5 people, they're not gonna give you 5 beautiful, amazing formators that are just ready to step into their roles. So the directors have to understand how to form formators, adult formators, not just team leader formators. So it's just, I don't know what the answer is, but I know that one person can't do all of that.
I think as leaders too, it's important to divide your roles if you're trying to pass it to younger people or lay members, to be able to say, okay, this part of my mission and my vision I give to this person, and then they take that and say, okay, I'm gonna lead this, and eventually then, let's say I will take, I don't know, high schoolers who are near graduation or whatever, and lead them in becoming like future leaders of that role. But to be able to divide each of the job descriptions into different parts, so that each person uses their own gifts to be able to say, okay, I take on this part, and we do this in Cincinnati of just like logistics, I take that on and do what I can, scheduling or whatever, but each part has a new leader that's stepping up and doesn't have the whole vision as, let's say, the ECYD director may have, but they're learning from him or from her to be able to say, okay, I see this part, 1/5 of the piece or whatever, and I'm gonna do the best that I can, 100% for this piece, and then in the end, all 5 people are working together and living out the vision that the director may have.